Well, hello. Happy Valentine's Day to you. And I figured that this would be a good uh, lesson to dive into, we'll call it. So buckle up because we're just going to dive right in. As you might imagine, I get to have a lot of conversations with men around just the state of their relationship, whether they're in the dating process, they're in a marriage or, long-term relationship, or potentially they're on the verge of breakup and divorce and, navigating that. And a lot of the times, what I get the feel of is that the man is chasing the woman in any of those scenarios. And there's a lot of pain and heartache and struggle that comes with that. Not that that isn't needed in some ways, but how can we as the masculine start to lead in these scenarios, and how can we create dynamics where there's actually structure and direction to move towards? So that's what I'm really going to be speaking to today. And truly my heart goes out to you guys for, any of you that are in any of these situations and feel, disempowered, feel frustrated, because it's hard. It isn't easy at times. But you do have an opportunity to shift things by stepping into your own leadership, probably getting a little uncomfortable and bringing more structure and direction to the relationship situation. I want to share a little story with you. I don't think I've shared this one before, but back when I was 22, so I'm dating myself a little bit. I was in my final year of university. I had been doing some dating programs. I was meeting women. I was going out on dates, and there was a particular girl who I really was attracted to. She was very beautiful. And we started connecting, we started going on dates, and it was such a interesting dynamic because when we were together it was a lot of fun, just a lot of playful energy, all that good stuff. And then when we weren't together, she was very elusive. She just that, like, it would I don't know, it almost felt like the time between connection was quite distant. I'll be curious to know what you guys think happened. And it was such an interesting dynamic. This was pre-understanding of No More Mr. Nice Guy and some of these masculine characteristics. And through the dating programs that I had done, basically I took this stance of like, however she acts, I'm just not going to care. I'm not going to, give it energy, so to speak, and just show up powerfully as I need to. And, this went on for a couple months where, we'd get together, we'd have a great time, and then she'd disappear in a sense. And then finally, I went out with another girl, just a friend. We went for dinner. I told her about this girl that I was, seeing on and off. And she's like, oh, like that girl is in one of my business classes. She's got a boyfriend. And, and so it all made sense at that point, and that's a great example of chasing somebody that's unavailable. And the impact of that, the impact of that really was, it was in my headspace a lot. You know, I felt awkward about it. I felt like I was chasing, and, all these things sort of showed up for me. And now for all of us, as we start to look at our relationships, dating, intimate relationships, breakup, post-divorce, notice that dynamic that's in the space. Does it always kind of feel like you're chasing? Does it always feel like you're the one putting in the work? Well, this is where we want to start to make some shifts. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of points or places to look to help you navigate this, just based on the conversations that I'm having. And the first place for you is to get clear on what it is that you want. You're going to hear me say this in a lot of videos, but truly getting clear on what you want yourself as the masculine, and really owning it. Like, this is what I want for this dating situation, this relationship, this breakup. This is what I want. And just following through on that. You also want to get clear on what you don't want. What are you unwilling to put up with or deal with or navigate in that situation? So, it sounds simple, but that's really the place to start. Oh, and the thing that I wanted to speak to is, like, make a decision. You have to make a decision. You have to make a choice and a direction to move towards, even if you feel like it's not the right one or you might make a mistake. Make a decision, make a pathway forward, because if you are being elusive and you don't know what you want, you're going to create that dynamic in the situation that you're in. From there, I would say it's really about communication with that individual. Again, and I'm speaking in these sort of broad terms, but communicating from that place of direction. This is what I want for the relationship. This is what I see, and putting it back to the individual. Now, this is the place where you really want to get the ability to read the room. I will say from my understanding of it that any woman that is going to choose you is going to, pursue you fully. They want to be in relationship with you. And anything outside of that is a woman that is not choosing you in relationship. You can present all these different scenarios and all these different things, but if we can really hold to that, it gives us a base to move towards. Either this person wants to be in relationship with me or not. And follow that, right? Follow the body cues that are there. Follow the conversation that is happening. Get attuned to what this person is speaking to back to you, right? So in a dating situation, if the woman is not communicating with you back, being elusive in terms of, going out with you, those are all signs that that person probably isn't interested in you. And on we can go. In marriage, you can start to look at intimacy, right? Like, if the woman is giving excuses or, isn't engaging with you there, it's likely that they're not interested in intimacy with you at that space. So potentially it's got to be created in the relationship. That's got to be explored, right? And another place is post breakup or even divorce. I see a lot of situations where the man is wanting to be back in relationship with the woman. There's, intimacy occurring, and ultimately the woman does not want to be with the guy, in that domain, how it's been created in that moment. So they're doing all these things to, build more trust, be more attractive, and ultimately the woman does not choose them. So we really want to start to get clear on this for ourselves. Where does this person actually choose me or not? One of the things that can really help bring structure to any of these dynamics is using time. Because I will tell you, the most painful and damaging thing that I see for a lot of guys is that, first of all, they're allowing the woman to lead. They're allowing the woman to dictate, the status of the relationship or where things should go. And oftentimes I see that there's no time element in it, right? So I hear many, many times where the man is like, I just have to regain my woman's trust. I have to, clean up more around the house. I have to do these things, and then, we'll see about the status of the relationship. That's a very good boy, bad boy dynamic, and to me, that's a partner that's not actually choosing you. There's conditions there. And if we're not going to spend a lot of time on this right now, but if we dive deeper into the masculine feminine dynamics, a woman, is the waves of the ocean. And so they will either choose fully into you in a moment or not. of course, there are cases where, intimacy, trust, attraction can build up over time. But ultimately, it's like they're either fully in or fully out with you in the moment. And so as the masculine, we're approaching their requests as, a masculine request, right? I just need to build more trust. I just need to do this. I just need to do that. My bet is that that's actually not going to deepen the relationship. That's placating you. That's giving you the cookie to be better, but does it really actually make the situation better? So the place to, as I just spoke to in that last point, is follow what you want, put it out there, and get the sense of the space, get the sense of her body language, how interested she's actually in you, in that dynamic. And you got to play with that. You got to play with, how that's showing up for you. I'll get into more of the masculine feminine dynamics on a different video. But again, one of the things that we can utilize in this is time, right? So if somebody says that they want to build more, if your woman is saying she wants more trust in the relationship, she wants you to do more things, I would put a timeline on that. Okay, I hear what you want. Let's revisit this in 30 days. Let's revisit this in 90 days. And let's make a decision to where we go next. Because oftentimes, as you can imagine, the man gets stuck in like, I just need to be more and I'll get the relationship back that I want. And oftentimes I just see this circular dynamic where they're constantly chasing and trying to make things better, and it's never good enough. So that then leads into the point of utilizing time and being a stand for what you want, because you have to lead. You have to determine, does this make sense to me or not? Does this person really choose me? And if they don't, how long am I willing to stay in this dynamic for? So utilizing time is such a good tool in this. And the last point I'll make on this as a conversation is, this is about creating the great cake of a life for yourself. So the most attractive man is going to be the man that is not chasing, is not doing whatever it takes to create the relationship, but is the man that is pursuing his life, is living a fun, abundant life, and inviting the woman into that, giving her the option to come into that or not. And in that great cake of a life, it's coming from a place of abundance. If you're so stuck on this one person in your life, again, there's going to be a lot of pain and heartache and hoping that this works out. Understand that the world is abundant. And I'm speaking specifically to the guys that are dating or, in the phase of breakup or divorce. Stop chasing the women that don't want to be with you. There are many women out there in the world that do want to be with a good man. And so start living that. Start stepping into the ultimate life that you want to live, whether you have a woman in your life or not. Lead that life. Invite people into that life. And it's going to be a much different circumstance for you. So, let me know if you have any questions around this, anything that's coming up for you. And guys, I love being in these conversations with you and giving you support. It's the greatest gift that I can give to you guys. So don't hold back. If you have questions, if you need support, if it makes sense for us to get on a call and explore this for you, I'm here. That's what I do as a profession. And I have a lot of love for you guys. And my hope and dream for all of you is that we all just get to be in the best relationship that we can be in, where there's lots of love and care and connection and fun and intimacy. So bring it. If you've got something for me, please bring it. Have a great Valentine's Day, and talk to you guys soon.